Crabbers and the Bethel Bruins. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We are here at the Bruins Den for the game between the Bethel Bruins and the Hampton Crabbers. Right now, let's go courtside as Bob has head coach Walter Brower of the Hampton Crabbers.
Your new team, you got some young kids on the team, but you also have got some guys who's like Sam Hardy's been around a while, so you've got some a good mix this year.
Yeah, we've got a good mixture. Sam Hardy and Gary Smith has been with us a while, and of course they're the leaders. And we got George Lasua and John Gatlin, who's freshman on the team, that's also doing a good job.
Well, I know that you always have got your team up and ready to go, but when you play the Bruins, you don't have to do much about getting these kids ready, do you?
You better come to play. Tie them shoes up and get ready. It's going to be tough in here. And from very beginning to the end. It's never easy in here. Not at home. But
I was going to say, well, you're playing a team that the kids know each other, makes a difference.
Right. It makes a big difference. They know each other. In fact, they socialize together out in the community. So it's dog eat dog when they play.
Well, listen, good luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Good enough. Let's go back over to Tim.
All right, thank you, Bob. Tonight's contest is brought to you by Zooms with 14 convenient locations to serve you. By Hampton Chevrolet, 1073 West Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And by Parklawn Wood Funeral Home at 827-4670. Let's go back to courtside as Bob has head coach Craig Breon of the Bethel Bruins.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year. Good to have you here. Always a pleasure to be at the Den at Bruins. Tell me a little bit about the team.
Well, we're real young, but the kids have progressed as the season has gone on. Of course, we're 8-3, tied with Hampton tonight at third place, and we're just trying to improve and move from there.
Okay, now, as you get these guys and you're playing a team like Hampton where the kids know each other, you don't have to do much to get them up for the game, do you?
Not at all. I mean, they beat us in the Christmas tournament we had, and they beat us the first game of the year. So our kids are upbeat tonight, ready to fight, and we're expecting a good game.
A little revenge?
I would say so, a little bit. Yeah.
Good luck tonight,
Appreciate
Coach.
it. Thanks, Bob.
All right, let's go back over to Tim.
All right, thank you, Bob, and congratulations to both of these coaches. Craig Breon's Bethel Bruins with a 10-5 overall record, and the Hampton Crabbers come into this contest with an 11-3 record on the evening. And we are just about set to have the presentation of the colors here at Bethel High School. And as you can see, the fans in attendance are rising to their feet, and we'll invite you to join us for the presentation of the colors and the playing of our national anthem. Well, we finally got a shot of the young lady. Couldn't find her anywhere. But what a
She's back
wonderful,
in the corner.
great voice. Nice job of doing the national anthem. So I'm looking across the way for. Oh, I can't do anything with those. Thank you. I now figured out where the announcer was. I thought they were across the way, but he's over here.
No, he's in the corner over
Now I
here.
see. All right, we're about set to get this one underway. The introduction of the starters. And there you see Gary Smith is one of the starters. He's the guard. Another starter on the court for the Hampton Crabbers will be Reginald Bell. George LeSueur,
Just a freshman.
freshman guard. Steven Jackson, number 42, will be your center. And there are your starters for the Hampton Crabbers. Now for the Bethel Bruins. Tonight's starters. Point guard Robert Lewis, number 12. Jamar Jackson, number 22, will be the other guard. Forward Devin Hawes, number 32. Josh Thomas will play center tonight, 6'6" senior. And Wayne Hambrick will be the other forward, number 44, a 6'4" senior.
Tim, we will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams tonight, and that player will receive a trophy and a shirt. The trophy comes from Trophy World, located in the historic Hilton Village of Newport News. For all your recognition and award needs, trophies, plaques, custom engraving, contact Bob Hilling at Trophy World, 595-7354. Mention this announcement, get special pricing. The shirt comes from Tidewater Team Sports, your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk with Dave Chubb or Terry McNamara. T-Mac.
All right, we're about set to go. The officials for tonight's contest, as you see the referee, Jerry Sprouse, with his back to you. Mike Powers and Steve Whitley are the other two zebras. Speaking of zebras, love that commercial from the Super Bowl.
I love that. He's a jack and now he's a zebra.
Great commercials. Had a wonderful time.
That was about as good as some of the game going on.
Well, yeah. The only thing that made the game that much more enjoyable for me is I saw it for the first time in widescreen, high definition, from the comfort of my own living room.
Oh,
and I want to tell you something. You ain't seen nothing until you see it that way.
I heard you was telling me about the HD TV.
Wow. The Crabbers get the ball to start. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball, or periods, if you will.
And the Bruins are playing in a man-to-man. Crabbers moving the ball around. They beat the Bruins twice, once in regular season and once in the Christmas tournament. They have a Hampton and Bethel Christmas tournament they put on jointly.
So far, the Crabbers very methodical, looking for that first shot. This is Steven Jackson. He is not really being guarded. They swing it around. This is George LeSueur. He'll try the shot, no good. And the rebound comes off to the Bruins in the hands of Robert Lewis. Lewis will push it up quickly. Left wing pass for Josh Payne. Now they work it down low inside, and the basket is good.
Nice move.
Josh Thomas. So the Crabbers took quite a while to get their first shot away. The Bruins.
Well, the Bruins just put it right inside, went into the big man, the 6'6" senior, Thomas, and he just turned around a little baby hook.
Jumper by the Crabbers, no good. We got a push underneath.
Yeah, it was a definite push.
Foul will be charged to Robert Lewis. That'll be his first team foul, player control foul. So the Crabbers will inbounds. Gary Smith Jr. will trigger. He'll work it down low. Smith on the return pass. Can't get the shot to go. Battle for the loose ball, and it's controlled by number 42, Steven Jackson.
Steven just out-muscled for the ball that time.
LeSueur to Smith. He is picked up by Jamar Jackson. Now they swing it into the corner. Smith will penetrate and dish off. Jumper, good. Had to wait for a moment.
that Hardy?
Samuel Hardy gets the bucket. Ball rattled around and started to come out, but went down. 2-2. Just underway from the Bruins Den on the campus of Bethel High School. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz along with Mike Hauser. Hope you're enjoying the early contest here as Bethel responds with Wayne Hambrick scoring.
These are 6'4" seniors. They're getting the ball. They're obviously what Craig Breon wants to do is get the ball inside, put pressure on the Crabbers from the inside. Now Crabbers will shoot the three with not much hesitation.
Smith's shot is too strong, and the loose ball is controlled by Josh Thomas. Back come the Bruins looking to take the lead. Contact on the baseline, no call. Shot is up, and the ball was touched on the rim. That'll be offensive interference. Good call. Ball would have gone in, I think, but
you don't know.
No, I mean,
it's so
that's
close.
why I said you think, but the ball was touched in the cylinder.
And you
So
get up
watch,
there that high.
See if you can see what happens here. You're going to see the ball.
Well, we
shot
can't
won't
see.
work out
No,
real well, but you're going to see the Bruin actually was the one. That was Josh Thomas who tipped the ball in, and in doing so committed the infraction, if you will, for offensive interference.
The faux pas.
That too. A couple of Bruins underneath the bucket for the rebound. 4-2 Bethel. They push it up, and we've got a foul. Mike Powers spots the infraction.
Good crew we got tonight in Sprouse and
Oh, yeah, some
Powers
of the
and Whitley. Good crew.
best. George LeSueur commits the foul. No, we do. We have we have the best of crews
Well,
tonight.
I'm getting to you, Scotty. Don't get.
Scotty thought we were talking about our crew.
Yes,
not
well,
the crew.
I will.
Bruins by 2. 4:19 to go, and a slow starting game from the point of view of scoring. And an offensive foul is called on the spin move. Robert Lewis picks up his second.
That'll make Coach Breon go to his bench real quick.
And you don't want to have to do that if you can avoid it. You just can't pick up that second foul that quickly. Top of the key, no pressure. Now they'll dish it down
nice
low.
give and go.
Oh, and missed the slam.
But that was a beautiful give and go.
It was. It absolutely was. Steven Jackson had the easy bucket, but missed the slam. That's tough when you're that far underneath. Good save at the timeline. This is a three-point attempt. Off the rim, no good, and controlled by the Crabbers. Hampton wants to push it up quickly. They spot the open player in the corner. Nice move to get open. Jumper is good by Reginald Bell. Reggie Bell makes it 4-4.
Another one of those seniors on the Crabbers got 2 or 3 seniors that really play well. Smith, Hardy, and Bell.
Just gets it across the timeline. There's no shot clock if you're not familiar with the high school rules. Unlike college where you have a shot clock, you must get it across the 10-second timeline, however. Nice block underneath by Jackson. Going to bring in some substitutions. DeVore Barton will come in, and he'll come in, and Robert Lewis will come out. Lewis with 2 fouls.
Yeah, and Barton is just a sophomore.
Keep going, keep going. Nice block. 4-4, 3 minutes to go here in the first. Bruins work it down low. Shot won't go. Offensive rebound isn't there. Knocked out of bounds. They say the Crabbers touched it last. Remind you that we'll be at Phoebus High School Friday night while these Bruins will visit. 31st of January, we'll have that game for you here on Channel 46. Come on out to the game Friday night. Support your local high school teams.
Oh, nice pass inside. Just was difficult to handle.
Ball was stolen by Sam Hardy. Reminder, we'll have the girls contest between these two schools as well for you here on 46. Crabbers, again, being very patient. We're knotted up at 4. 2:05 to go in the first. Gary Smith picked up by Jamar Jackson. Now Smith palmed the ball. Turned it over.
Minute 56 to go, it's still 4 points.
They mentioned someone had left their headlights on in the parking lot. Bruins again turn it over on a good defensive play by Steve Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson's doing a great job.
Good anticipation.
And young man is very aggressive and is stealing the ball without making the foul. Talk a little bit about Zooms. They're giving awards to the senior player on each one of these teams tonight that will demonstrate academic excellence. These players will be awarded plaques at the school board meeting after the season. I'd like to thank David Allen and Zooms for continuing support to WHCS and our student athletes.
Crabbers fire up a long 3. It's no good. Rebound is taken by the Bruins. They'll stick it up and in. That one's good by number 32, Devin Hawes.
Devin Hawes.
That gives the Bruins a 2-point lead. Found it interesting a moment ago that Crabbers so patient and so methodical, and they throw up a long 3 rather than try and work the ball down low.
Well, the Bruins are playing almost like a box and one. It looks sometimes like a zone, but they, they're playing off of the person who, if he gets too far from the basket, they figure they're not going to shoot it anyway.
Crabbers could go for the last shot now as we're down to 12 seconds remaining in the period. They get it to Jackson. Jackson will take the short jumper. No good. Offensive rebound. Stuck up and no good. Loose ball controlled by the Bruins, and the buzzer will sound to end a very low-scoring first quarter as the Bruins, after one, lead by the score of 6-4.
Hampton Chevrolet Jeep Mazda, located at 1073 West Mercury Boulevard. Give them a call, 838-5450. Go down there and check out the pickups of the new and used cars. And of course, Zooms, they've got the Beantown coffee, the fried chicken, the pizza, the potato wedges, and the Krispy Kreme donuts. Get them like Tim, get some box in one. Ham and cheese subs, Coke, and fill up that tank of your car with that good Citgo gas.
Hampton just 20%, 2 of 10 in the first quarter, while the Bruins were 3 of 8.
Talk about our good crew. As we watch some of the replays, Scotty Bowers is directing. Don Trout's engineer, Mike Nowinski, doing instant replay. Computer graphics, Andy Foley. Rachel Barnes is working with some of the graphics in there. John Moore, Ricky Brown are on cameras along with Ron Baton and Nathaniel Braxton. Matt Hauser, no relation. That Matt Hauser, no relation to you? You sure? Yeah, well, he's a good-looking guy.
Oh, Bob can be so cruel.
Oh, don't forget, we'll be Friday. We'll take these Bruins and we'll meet them at Phoebus High School in the land of the champion Division V Phoebus Phantom football team. Hey, watch it, Mike. No whispering.
Remember, we can always get Bob Killer.
Hell, I give up. I quit.
You know, watching this first period was we've got a technical foul. Apparently, we had this happen in the girls' game, too. Someone didn't report, probably put their name in the scoreboard.
Had a wrong number for a player in the book. 52 was supposed to have been 32, I think. So they're going to shoot 2 and Hampton gets the ball.
All right, thank you. Appreciate
Brings that Steve Whitley
coming over there. And I'm surprised he still talks to you after all that.
Yeah, 6'5", just made it.
Gary Smith Jr. hits the first of the 2 technical free throws and the second.
gets them both, and that's the second time that's happened.
Yeah, that was we had a same thing in the girls game. I mentioned that a moment ago.
I
You've
thought
been
I heard
listening.
that somewhere.
Heard it somewhere. Now my sign has been cleared out by the official's whistle. What I started to say was, and we'll get this out yet, after all the years of watching Hampton push the ball up and down the court like madmen when Ronald Curry was over there with others, it's so uncharacteristic to see 2 points, or rather 4 points scored in an entire period by a Hampton Crabber team, and then to take almost a minute and a half between shots.
Yeah, and well, they only shot the ball 10 times too, if I'm not mistaken. Right. And Tim, we have seen them shoot 10 times in 2 minutes. So, you know, and I'm not being derogatory about that either, because they were good shots, but they're very methodical, and that's not bad when you have a team.
No, and again, there's some continuing discussion over at the scorers table. I guess, and of course, I was somewhat surprised. 10 shots is not an unusually low number. A lot of those shots came on second attempts because they really didn't take that many long shots of those 10. In fact, they were.
Well, there wasn't, but
Bethel only took 2 fewer shots.
Yes, because 18 shots total, so there wasn't that many rebounds that could have been gotten.
Right.
So, and the reason that I think that the talking is because the Crabbers got the opening tip, but because of the foul, the technical foul, they also get the ball to start the second quarter.
And they do, with us knotted up at 6-all. And a foul before the shot, I believe. Yeah, 2 shots coming.
But they're going to give him 2 shots. Now, how does he get? Oh, now he said the basket's good, because there's no way he could have had 2 shots on the foul because the ball went in. So he's going to give him the basket.
Then we're playing in the NBA now.
Yeah, because the foul was legitimately called.
Here was the contact well before the shot, and that's not.
We don't have continuation.
There is no continuation in high school ball. So our stellar zebra crew here tonight, in my opinion, should not have allowed that shot. They had it right the first time.
Well, but it was Sprouse's call, because he's the one that blew the whistle.
Right. I really feel like that was definitely a continuation. The foul occurred well before the release of the ball.
Oh, nice drive.
DeVar Burton.
Just a sophomore. I think that's Barton, isn't it? B-A-R-T-O-N.
What did I say, Burton? I'm sorry, Barton. You're absolutely right.
We'll make sure we get these names out of nothing else.
That's for sure.
Because we don't do that often.
Jumper is short. And the ball comes to Dawes. This is Barton with the ball. Nice soft pass underneath. Foul before the shot. Foul will be on Jackson.
But he's got to give him 2 on that. Yeah. That was a nice pass.
That was pretty close to being continuation, but you're right.
Well, you're going to call it one and you got to call it the other, same official.
and be consistent. That's all you ever ask for, right?
Absolutely.
As a former coach. See, he's on his back. He's all over his back, and he hasn't even started to go up with the ball. Give me a break here. Come on. This is not the NBA. That sounds like Bill Walton. That sounds like Bill Walton there for me. It's not the NBA. He whines all the time.
Doesn't he?
All right.
The Bruins took the lead.
Josh Thomas gets the free throws and the block underneath. Quickly down the court, and the Bruins make the Crabbers pay. Jamar Jackson.
Well, the Crabbers took the ball inside, but nobody rotated back to be the man to stop the fast break.
Three-pointer.
Woo!
Damiano Petaway. So now the pay.
Holy moly!
Josh Thomas.
That'll get the crowd to your feet.
You can hear the crowd come alive. So after a snooze of a first period, the scoring has become high-paced all of a sudden.
Up-paced.
We haven't even played 2 minutes, and we've had 24 points scored. So the pace continues to quicken. Back the other way. Reggie Bell has 6 points, and the Crabbers take the lead 16-14. I think the Crabbers would like to increase the pace. Yeah, it's like they cranked it up. 30 points have been scored in less than 2.5 minutes We've had 20 of those 30.
Just picked up an offensive foul on big number 34 for the Bruins, Josh Thomas. When you set a pick, you can't throw your arms up there. Watch. I hope we got that slam. Did we have that slam dunk, Scotty?
He's got something. We'll have that for you a little bit later at the end of the half. Put that in the memory vault.
Oh, that was such good timing.
The Crabbers now working that tight defense being employed by the Bruins. Jackson kicks it outside. This is Petaway. Petaway will take the jumper, no good. And the rebound comes off to Josh Thomas. Thomas, guarded by Petaway. Payne. This is a three-point attempt. Good. Devin Dawes connects from three-point land, and the Bruins regain the lead. 17-16 as we hit the 4:51 mark to go in the half. This is a three-pointer from Petaway.
Oh, you can do it, I can do it.
I'm telling you, we had 10 points scored in the first period, and we've got 36 on the board now. They've scored 26 points, and we haven't hit the halfway point. Spinning move, what a nice move inside by Devin Dawes. He's got 7.
He's impressing me.
The offense has been opened up.
Well, I think they were running on regular gas in the first quarter, and since then they put in the high octane.
Must have stopped by that Zoom Citgo, filled their tank up. Work it down low, nice move, good block, but a foul. Actually, on the ensuing play, I believe. I think the original block was a good one. That one will go against Chris Ellis, a name that Bruin fans will be very familiar with from the football squad. Outstanding athlete. Here's the replay. You're going to see. I could have called on either one of those.
Either one of them, yep.
At the free throw line is Sam Hardy. And his free throw is short. First miss of the night for the Crabbers.
Yeah, when he let go of that, it was like he wasn't ready. That's a much better shot. You could tell that when it left his hand, he had confidence in that shot.
Crabbers,
like he wasn't ready.
Crabbers regained the lead, 2019. Tough pass to handle, and the Crabbers get it on the turnover. Jackson shuffled his feet, traveling.
Yep, that was a good call.
Wasn't quite set. Martin gives on the left wing for Thomas. And a timeout, 30-second timeout called by Craig Breon. He's wanting to do some coaching.
Well, you know, you don't feel comfortable and your team doesn't look like they're running the offense. That's a great timeout. I mean, you're trailing by 1 point. You know, every possession is obviously going to be very important in this ball game as tight as it's being played. So nothing wrong with that call timeout. I've got you some nuts, some little pistachio there.
Oh, I know. I just problem is that, you know, it's hard to chew on those pistachios while we're calling the play-by-play.
Well,
but halftime is a different story.
Oh, now. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Hauser, he can have them. Right?
So what are we waiting for?
That's nut going along with the nut anyway.
What was that?
He's making disparaging remarks about you, Bob.
Oh, well, he likes me, I can tell.
All right, timeout is over with. 20-19 in favor of the Crabbers. Block underneath and a foul.
Well, I tell you, he was going up, Josh Thomas going up for the slam dunk. He says, you either foul me or let me have the two.
And Steven Jackson accommodated him with the foul, his second. So Thomas will earn the 2 points at the free throw line. He has 6 points, and he misses badly on the first of two.
Jackson goes out, and looks at number 40 coming in for the Crabbers. That's Charles Robinson Jr. Junior.
Are you being redundant, or is it?
No, he
Charles
is a
Robinson
junior,
Jr.?
and he's also a junior.
So neither of the free throws are converted by Thomas, and our score remains 20-19 Hampton. And unfortunately for the Crabbers, that pass was given to Petaway, and Petaway was standing on the sideline. 3:15 to go in the half.
Those kind of turnovers will drive a coach to being gray-haired.
Because they have a dark green perimeter as Josh Thomas with his second spectacular dunk of the ball game. Crowd likes his stuff.
Now we got two we can show you.
Petaway, who's hit a couple of threes. And that's a three by Gary Smith Jr. He's got 5 points, and the Crabbers regain the lead.
Now, Gary Smith Jr. has always been a good three-point shooter for the Crabbers.
Spinning move in the lane, in and out.
Good move to the lane, but just couldn't get the roll.
Back come the Crabbers, leading by 2. And a ball kicked out of bounds by the Bruins.
We're going to have to ask Mike Powers just to slide down
I
just
know,
a
we're
little
just
bit
getting
more.
him to move down just a tad.
Well,
there.
I've been watching the monitor a lot tonight. Have you been
Yeah.
watching the monitor?
No, because if I look away, then I might miss something. Gary Smith.
Last 5 points by Gary Smith Jr.
So the Crabbers move out to a 4-point lead with 1:55 remaining in the half. This is a three. Got it.
And a
And
foul.
a foul. Devin Hawes with the three.
And Reggie Bell with the foul.
Walter Brower wants to tell Steve Whitley that if I understood his gesture, he says his player's being grabbed by the jersey and pulled, and wants to bring that to the official's attention.
Hey, you're trailing by 4. Another better way to get back into it in a 4-point play.
I'm telling you, there it is. Devin Hawes has just been chewing them up here. He's got 11 points in the half, and we're knotted up at 25. Slow start, but the second period has been just the opposite of the first.
Like two different teams.
Long jumper from the top of the key won't go, and it's knocked out of bounds. They say the Bruins touched it last. That's not the shot that Lamont Brown would, or excuse me, not Lamont Brown, but rather Samuel Hardy would really want to take most of the
Now
time.
he's more underneath the basket.
This is Hardy, and Hardy
And he
does.
says, I can
hit.
make that shot.
That's right. Bruins lose it. So the defense forces the turnover.
Well, Petaway did a great job that time getting a hand on the ball and knocking it off the leg of Barton.
A minute 15 remaining in the half. Nice feed. Gary Smith cutting across the free throw line, and he connects for his second two-pointer. He got a three-pointer and two
He's got
free
a
throws.
real smooth. He's got a real smooth release on that ball.
Palming the
Gary
ball.
Smith.
Called. That's the 9th turnover. Oh, I know. I thought you said 9th turnover. I got the points. I got points. Points I got. You got a 3, 2 twos, and 2 free throws.
And turnovers you don't have.
And 2 blocks. No, turnovers I don't have.
Rebounds you don't have.
No. Deep in the corner, shot is no good, but the foul was called, and if he was fouled in the act of shooting the 3, then, like they say, he was fouled before.
Yeah.
So it was not a shooting foul. Crabbers have only committed 4 team fouls, while that was the 7th against the Bruins, so that will put the Crabbers at the line 1-1. As you watch the replay, I see what happened is the shooter was not the person that was fouled. It was the man setting the screen that was fouled.
Had that ball gone in, he could have been good, and they could have made 2 foul shots. Could have been a 5-point swing.
Robinson got the 2 free throws and expands the lead to 6. That's the biggest lead of the first half by the Crabbers.
And, Coach Breon is not real happy right now.
Well, he's upset about that last play, and I'm not suggesting he's upset with the officials. He's upset with his players. You can see him very vocal to his team. We got more wires underneath here than I've ever seen in my life. But I'm telling you what, the sound is terrific. The audio, there you see Mr. Braxton up in the rafters, and here's some replay for you.
Watch this. This is the alley-oop.
This the slammer? One of them. Josh.
Nice
Thomas.
timing on that jump, huh?
Josh Thomas, perfect time. Perfect time. Crabbers applying full court pressure. Bruins have to get it across the timeline, and they just do. And then the ball knocked away into the backcourt. Scramble for the ball, jump ball, and a possession error will give it to the Bruins.
The Crabber got away with a foul there because he grabbed the shirt of the Bruin, but the official didn't see it.
Craig Breon is bringing it to the official's attention, but after the fact will be too late. Jamar Jackson comes out for the Bruins. And in comes Josh Payne, 23, to replace him. This is Payne. He's got a 3-point attempt, and it's no good. Off the heel of the rim. Back come the Crabbers, 15 seconds to go. Gary Smith. Top of the key for Bell. Bell will try the 3. No, in and out. Offensive rebound. Turnaround jumper, no good. And the loose ball finally controlled by Hawes. And before he can do anything with it, the buzzer sounds to end the first half. So a frenetic second period after a put-me-to-sleep first period. The Crabbers down by 2 after 1, but find themselves leading by 6 at halftime. And we'll return to Bethel High School for the third period of action after this brief timeout. Hampton and Bethel. Tim Cole with Bob Hintz back here at halftime as you get a chance to watch some of the action from the first half. And if you missed some of the stuff, here's one you didn't get a chance to see before. It's big time Josh Thomas with the follow-up and the high percentage shot. As you see the score in the left-hand corner there, 31-25 at halftime. Statistically for the Bruins, they hit 10 of 18 for 55%, and they were 3 of 5 at the free throw line for 60%, 5 turnovers for Craig Breon's Bethel Bruins. For the Crabbers, they hit 49% of their shots, 11 of 24. They were 6 of 7 from the free throw line for 86%, and they had 5 turnovers. So each team had 5 turnovers in the first half.
Well, and the intensity and the offense picked up, but the defense didn't change that much. It's just that they just got more aggressive on the offensive end of the board.
And here's the other alley-oop that Thomas performed to the delight of the Bruin crowd. Devin Hawes was the leading scorer in the first half for the Bruins with 11 points. Josh Thomas, the aforementioned, with 8 points on 3 buckets and 2 of 4 free throws. 2 points each for Barton, Jackson, and Hambrick. For the Crabbers, what are you looking for? The Crabbers were paced by Gary Smith with 11 points, 6 points for Pettaway, as well as Reggie Bell, 5 points for Sam Hardy, and then 3 points for Steven Jackson, 2 points for Charles Robinson Jr. to round out the scoring in the first half. Crabbers almost turned it over.
They got Pettaway and Bell, and I'm trying to see who's out here starting for the Crabbers.
Bell's shot is short. The follow-up, no good. And back come the Bruins. And we're going to have to rely on our monitor for sure.
Nice shot.
Did you see who got it? Because I was screened out and couldn't see the monitor either.
Well, it looked like
I think it was Thomas. Well, let's give it to Thomas until we're told otherwise.
okay.
We got some serious traffic in front of us here.
Nice rebound.
You'll have to.
That's
rely on you
Harvey. I'm sorry, not Harvey, but Hambrick on a nice rebound for the Bruins. Hambrick, at 6'4" senior, went up strong.
Bruins kick it back out. Work it down low for Thomas, and Thomas will get the bucket, and he is fouled.
Made a nice, strong move to the baseline, just spun around the defender, got the basket, and is going to the line, Tim, and to get him back in the ball game real quick, and that's what Breon wants to do. He was late coming out here. He was real upset with the way they played the last 2 minutes of that first half.
Maybe as important as that basket was the fact that Steven Jackson picked up his 3rd personal foul on that play as well, as Thomas cannot complete the 3-point play. Crabbers just by 2. Shot is short, and Thomas on the board. So Thomas scoring and rebounding for the Bruins. Almost stolen. Hawes can't get it. Offensive board, put up, no good. Tip, no good. Hawes, good.
I tell you, stepped right at it. Got 2 offensive rebounds that time, the Bruins. And
Devin
tied
Hawes.
the game up, Tim.
31 all.
Little 6-0 run is ended. Yeah, it was on the 52, Sam Hardy got that one.
Yeah.
Crabbers regained the lead. Yeah. Down low, shot no good, but a foul is called.
But a nice entry pass that time. Put it where only the offensive guy could get it.
Now Whitley is going to say that was before the shot. That's the play, and guess what? That should have been a shooting foul. So they've been a little inconsistent on that. Otherwise, the officials have done a good job, in my humble opinion. Crabbers had it, knocked it away from each other.
And who picked her up?
Josh Thomas made him pay. The Thomas comes out and scores 6 quick ones here.
And that'll make you nice defense that time. That'll drive a coach crazy. You make a good stop defensively, and then you turn the ball over on a silly mix-up, bringing the ball up the court.
Ball poked away by one of the Crabbers, so it'll still belong to the Bruins. We're just inside of 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd period.
Number 34, Roland King coming in. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Tim.
All right. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and Mike Hauser coming to you from Bethel High School on the 28th of January, 2003. Long 3/4 court pass to get the inbounds pass. Down low, put it up off the glass. Definitely intimidated on the play by Samuel Hardy. I don't mean intimidated because he was afraid of him, but he made him change his shot. And then Hardy is fouled on a good call. Wayne Hambrick got the foul.
Made him change the shot. Made him double pump.
Right.
And the one that you was talking about down at the other end.
This will be a shooting foul, as the second foul on Hambrick will send Sam Hardy to the free throw line. Hardy has 7 points on the night and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And throws up a brick. That was a clunk. Didn't look so bad, but it was a clunk when it hit. There you saw him undercut him, and that'll get you the call every time. And we got a lane violation, so Hardy hit the free throw, but he will not get credit for it. As either he or one of his teammates.
No, one of his teammates stepped into the circle too soon.
I've actually seen the free throw shooter step over the line prematurely, but that time it was one of his teammates.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
For the Bruins, and a foul call. That one will be called against Petaway. That'll be his first. Watch the replay. I don't know. That looked like ball.
Well, he
might have gotten him with the body.
Might have got him with the body.
And right now, at the free throw line is Robert Lewis, connecting on the first of 2. And you see a good look at Steve Whitley.
Number 20, George Lesueur, the freshman, checks into the lineup. He's coming in for Petaway.
So Lewis hits both free throws and gives the Bruins a 2-point lead. Give and go back to Hardy. He tries to feed it underneath. Good save underneath the basket. Bodies all over the place. An offensive foul charged to Reginald Bell.
It may have been a little bit out of control. That's a tough call of Walter Brower. Said, we need to do something. We can't be turning the ball over like that. Watch the replay here as I tell you a little bit about Zooms is giving an award to the senior basketball player on each of the teams this year who's demonstrated academic excellence. These players be awarded plaques at the school board meeting after the season. We'd like to thank David Allen Zooms for the continued support to WHCS and our student athletes. And also the second half is brought to you in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at the Hampton Road Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue. Give them a call at 827-4670. And of course, Hampton Jeep Mazda, located at 1073 West Mercury Boulevard. Give them a call, 838-5450. And we also are picking a player of the game for both of these teams tonight, and the player receives a trophy and a shirt. The trophy comes to Trophy World. They're located in the historic Hilton Village of Newport News. For all your recognition, awards, needs, trophies, plaques, and custom engraving, contact Bob Hilling at Trophy World, 595-7354. You mentioned this announcement, get special pricing. The shirt comes from the Tidewater Team Sports, your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidering, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411. David Chubb or Terry McNamara. They call her T-Mac.
If I'd known you were going to do the entire break, I would have gone and gotten a hot dog.
Well, why didn't you?
That's right. I would have gone out and had a quick one.
Hey, but I got everything done at one time too, didn't I?
Got it all out of the way.
Got it out of the way.
All right, the Crabbers, as we hit the halfway mark of the third period, bring it across the timeline, down by a bucket. They had led by 6 at halftime. Top of the key. Nobody breaking to the bucket. Need a little more movement. If you're going to be in this kind of position, you're going to have to get some movement. Otherwise, you end up taking the long jumper. Turnaround baseline jumper is no good, and the board is cleared by Hambrick. Bruins with a 2-point lead. Foul will be called, as going to the free throw line will be Josh Thomas.
And he should have had that basket, Tim. He just didn't get his head back up when he went to the basket.
Watch this replay.
Down. Yeah, got to extend all the way through. Just kind of short-armed it.
Roland King picked up the foul. His first. So Thomas hits both free throws, and it gives the Bruins a 4-point lead. 10-point swing here in the third period.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were trailing by 6.
Yep. Good defense by Thomas to deny the pass. Craig Breon coaching from the sideline, giving his squad instructions. Left open for the 3, no good. And Thomas with the board. Hawes, another net. Devin Hawes with 3 threes tonight. He's got 16 unofficially. He and Thomas are carrying the bulk of the scoring.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Gary Smith Jr. in control.
His first points of the second half. In the lane, they got a blocking foul. So that one will be charged to Roland. Check that. Gary Smith will pick up the foul. That'll be his first. And watch the replay here. You're going to see Smith just jump in front of him.
He moved right in there.
Did not have position and gets called for the block. Hambrick hits the first of 2 free throws.
I'm looking free throw style, and the basketball just kind of rolled around the rim and dropped in, so whatever works, right?
Always been my motto.
You have a motto?
Well, yeah, my motto is
If it works.
if it works, do it. If it isn't illegal, do it.
If it's not illegal. I like that one.
Well, I had used to, when I was younger, I had a different motto, but I've upgraded it. Smith will score. Gary Smith Jr. He answers and slices the lead back to a 5-point difference. Chance to make it 4 if he can hit the free throw. Second foul on Jamar Jackson. That's just the second team foul against the Bruins. Gary Smith hits the free throw. So he is perfect from the free throw line, 3 of 3. He's got a 3-pointer and 4 deuces on a fine night. And they say the ball turned over.
Yeah, you got the ball to a non-guard, and that's not what you want to do.
Got to get those ball handlers in there. The Crabbers down by 4 can cut it to 1 with a 3. Hardy's shot won't go. Crabbers get the offensive board. Gary Smith, and then he is fouled. That'll be 3 shots. I believe he was behind the arc.
Yeah, I believe he was.
That's the 3rd foul on Jackson now, so he picks up a couple of quick ones. Watch this replay. So Smith hits the first. And the second. As I said, with the 3-point play, they cut it to 1. I didn't know the 3-point play would end up being 3 free throws.
Oh, you cold, Timmy?
Just a little nippy. So Mr. Smith, perfect, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. And it makes it a 1-point ball game.
Well, he's been the difference in this 3rd quarter.
He has. He absolutely has. He's got 8 points. In the lane, no. Rebound to Petaway.
That's not exactly what Coach Breon wants. I mean, he's taking the basket, but he wants to get the team in it.
Petaway for three. That's his third. And the Crabbers back up on top by 2. So they had been down by 4, led by 6, and now they're back on top by 2. Thomas. Outside for Barton. Jumper no good by Thomas. Tip is good.
Tip.
Was that 44 that got the tip?
I think 32, Tim.
32?
I believe Hawes got his hand on it.
We'll leave that difficult stuff to the official score. For the time being, we'll give credit to Dawes for the tip.
And Ken Sylvie got the ball. I mean, not only can he take a picture, but he can catch the ball,
He's
too.
the man.
Well, I don't think he caught it. I think he actually picked it up.
He ducked, if I know Ken. 41 and a half seconds.
You got to protect that camera, buddy.
That's right. You better believe it. Tied at 44. This one's been close. In and out from three-point land. Half a minute remaining now. The Crabbers, if they choose, could take the final shot. Pass deflected, so the Bruins now with that same opportunity. They choose. Kind of out of control. Offensive rebound, loose on the floor, batted around, finally controlled. Hawes had it, and I believe he was fouled by Gary Smith Jr.
He really was with 2.7 seconds, and that puts them on the line with a 1-and-1.
So the Crabbers are over the limit for the balance of the game. The Bruins have only committed 3 team fouls.
Almost the opposite than it was the first half.
Breon is going to make a couple of substitutions to give some of his players a little breather. Chris Bell will come in, and out will come Barton as you watch the replay here of Smith's foul. And now additional substitutions.
You know his mama. You know Chris Bell's mama.
Is that Crystal's?
Yeah.
Boy?
That's
Get out
Crystal
of
Bell's
town.
mama.
I saw her here a little while ago.
Now you know why.
I know why. She likes basketball.
Absolutely,
And
especially when her son's
Especially
playing.
her son's playing. Funny how that works. Devin Hawes, he's had a real good night. I'll tell you what, when it comes down to player of the game time, it's going to be some tough decisions to be made here because he and Devin Hawes is number 32. The number 1 in your score.
No, Crystal Bell's boy.
Oh, Crystal Bell's?
Chris Bell is 33.
Ooh, at the buzzer, just off the rim on the three-point attempt by Deshaun Doles. But we've got a close one as we will enter the fourth quarter. The score after 3, Bethel 46 and Hampton 44.
All right. Well, we got a timeout here. We will talk about Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home. The second half is brought to you in part by them. They're located at Central Hampton Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue, 827-4670. Nancy Staten is the manager. Of course, Hampton Chevrolet is 1073 West Mercy
Let me know when you're
Boulevard.
going to do these things. I think I got an opening.
838-5450. Go ahead.
Hampton in the third period, 4 of 12 from the field, 5 of 13 for the Bruins. A little bit better. What I started to say was the Bruins outscored Hampton by 8 points in that third period. Down at half by 6, up by 2 after 3.
And Zooms has that Beantown coffee, fried chicken, potato wedgies, Krispy Kreme donuts. Get them in a box in one. Pizza, Coke, and fill up your car with that good Citgo gas.
8 points in the third period for Gary Smith Jr. And on the other side of the ledger, Josh Thomas registered 8 points, as did Devin Hawes. So these guys are making it really tough to figure out your players of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Blocked underneath. Loose ball. Stuck right in there by Wayne Hambrick.
Wayne Hambrick. Big body.
4-point lead for the Bruins. So the lead has seesawed back and forth. Hampton to regain the lead now, only to see it fading. Down by 4. 3-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound, stuck up, no. And a tip, no good, but a foul call before the shot went in, I believe.
Oh, he's going to say the basket's good.
Well, he's indicating it's good. So they do not give him the basket. The foul will be charged to Thomas. That's his second. And Petaway misses the free throw. Been a while since a Crabber missed a free throw. That's only the second miss of the second half from the free throw line for Hampton. And he's back in the groove as Petaway hits the free throw. He's got 7 points with 10 points tonight. He's got 3 threes. Three-point difference. The Bruins with the ball and the lead.
Oh, he lost the ball going up.
And a foul on the rebound. Kept a
Great pass.
Yeah, Hambrick has been doing a real good job underneath the boards.
Well, that Robert Lewis did a good job getting the ball into him, and he went up strong, Tim, and lost the ball as he went up. I don't know if we have that on replay or not, but
Steven Jackson picks up his 4th.
got his own rebound and got the foul.
Hambrick. 3 out of 3 from the free throw line for Hambrick. Watch the replay here. You're going to see the action that led to the foul.
King comes in for Jackson.
There you saw you saw clearly the foul over the back. Back to the live action. Again, the Bruins not over the limits, so that will not be a 1-and-1. It'll be a player control foul.
And that was on the big guy, Hambrick.
Hambrick picks up his 4th, so he's saddled with 4, as is Jackson from Hampton.
Well, I see Chris Ellis getting ready to check in, and he'll probably be coming in for Hambrick.
Hardy's jumper got the nice roll.
Nice roll, got the shooter's roll.
It's a 2-point game now, Bethel on top. And that's a backcourt.
Yeah, he's got to be a good call.
Has to be in the forecourt before he catches the ball. And Craig Breon is questioning it, but that's the correct call.
That's the call.
He came down on that side,
but
he
got to be there.
He didn't have possession before he came down. I mean, you know what? Yeah. Right call. It's a call a lot of fans don't understand because
he's
on the right side of the court, but he was not.
Hadn't established that side.
He hadn't established that side. Thank you.
Good point.
So the Crabbers now with a chance to tie or take the lead. Smith's feed, and we've got a offensive foul, or was he on the baseline? Must have been on the baseline.
Yeah.
So stepped out of bounds. 6:15 to go in regulation. I think we can use that term in this contest as close as it's been. Could see some little extra action tonight. That was a bad pass, but the Bruins got away with it. Can't throw that cross-court pass like that.
Not that far. Everybody sees where the ball is going.
Yeah, not with Gary Smith as quick as he is. And that was a good job that time by Robert Lewis, knowing he probably wasn't going to make the basket, but he was going to draw the contact, so threw the ball up.
Absolutely.
Foul will be called against Roland King. That'll be his second. Watch the replay here. You're going to see King's going to make the contact coming over. Hits him on the arm, so he just kind of awkwardly throws it up and says, well, this way I'll get a chance at the free throw line. Unfortunately for Lewis, he misses for the first time tonight. Got some tape on his wrist there coming loose, so Whitley does a little
Little house cleaning.
house cleaning. Actually, little house dirtying as he threw it on the floor, but off the court. So the Bruins unable to capitalize on that as Lewis misses both of the free throws. And again, the score remains a 2-point difference, a foul before the shot. And that will be the last time that it won't be at least a 1-and-1, as that was the 6th team foul on the 7th against the Bruins that will put Hampton in the bonus. But that's a good example of how you can capitalize by being in control on defense and not committing those fouls, because later on the other team doesn't get to shoot free throws.
Yeah, good point.
That's a tough call. It looked like he had the ball.
Well, he probably did have the ball, but.
And the ball and the hand are one and the same, right, Coach?
Well, not when you grab it and pull
it. you clarified that. Huh?
Yeah. If you grab a hold of it and pull it, even if it's got a hold of the ball, they're going to call the foul.
I see. Okay.
99 times out of 99.
99 out of 99, huh? Lewis this time is able to get back in the groove as he hits the free throw. So both teams are over the limit now. Whereas Hampton's been over the limit for a while. Unorthodox shooting style.
Yeah,
he might want to.
really stops himself and he comes up short.
That time he hits 1 of 2. Bruins with a 3-point lead. Gary Smith makes it a 1-point difference.
He's got that little 15-foot jumper down pat.
Smith connects.
He had missed many of those tonight.
Nope. Ball knocked into the backcourt. Was it knocked in by a Bruin?
No,
no.
It went off of the knee of Gary Smith.
In the lane, got it. The roll for Hawes. Devin Hawes has 8 points in the second half. Added to his 11 in the first half. 19 unofficially for Hawes. Gary Smith loses it on the baseline, but it's stayed for a moment by his teammate. Now back come the Bruins. Lewis thought about it. Petaway was there, so he set it up. And now Craig Breon will take a 30-second timeout to set up the offense.
Well, we got to be thinking of our player of the game.
Well, I'm telling you, this is a little tight. This is tough.
This is going to be tough.
We got Sam Hardy here with 9 points on the night. We got Gary Smith, who had 11 at halftime, and he is added. Well, we're not going to quite decide yet. Let's
No.
I'm
just getting my stuff.
Giving us some serious
stuff out.
Get this stuff out. Gary Smith.
Hey, while we're coming to us, let's get a good shot at this is the little trophy that they get.
I've never seen that. That's really nice.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
That little basketball shoe. And I'll bet you could even make that basketball.
That's nice. That's real impressive.
Yes, it is.
I hadn't seen that. .21 points tonight for Gary Smith, Jr. of Hampton. Devin Hawes has had a strong night for the Bruins, as also has Josh Thomas. Thomas had 8 points at halftime and has added 8. Hawes had 11 at halftime, and he's added 8. So, quite frankly, right now it's between Hawes and Thomas for the Bruins side. But we'll decide here as maybe one of these players will step forward and be a big deciding factor in the final minutes, as Martin misses the first of 2 free throws. Hampton over the double limit. You see 10 team fouls allows the Bruins to shoot 2, and they cannot capitalize.
Well, that's going to come back and haunt you.
Well,
you got to make those free throws.
Yeah, they've only made 1 of their last 5 now.
I was going to say they've missed 4 in a row, haven't they?
Yep. Three-point difference. Again, Hampton being very selective. George LeSueur, the freshman. Left open. That was a good jump. Good jump shot. Had the perfect shot. It was about a 15-footer, but it couldn't hit it. And then the Crabbers commit the foul on the rebound.
Well, that puts Chris Ellis on the line.
Ellis will be going there for the first time tonight. 4:05 to go. Chris Ellis, integral part of the football team for the Bruins. Probably the best player they had, in my opinion. And they had some good ones, but he was just outstanding. Ellis gets the roll as the ball started to come out and went back in.
Now, he just looked at that real hard. You know, if he looked at me real hard, I'd go back in the door.
I won't come out. No good on the second one. So the Bruins, if they do end up losing this game, can look back and see some important free throws they missed.
Oh, really? So they had 1 of 5, and now they're like 2 of the last 7, right?
Something like that. Let's see.
Oh, that was us.
That was us. That was scary.
I was looking for the play, and then I saw you and me. I said, wait a minute.
Scary stuff. Reginald Bell, who had 6 points at halftime, gets his first point of the second half.
Well, they get a shot back of us, Scotty, and I'll
show the player of the game shirt. Yeah. So Bell hits a couple of important free throws, and it makes it a 2-point game. 53-51 Bethel. Lewis guarded closely by Petaway. Now they work it to Thomas, back out to Hawes. Cross court it comes. Barton, he throws it deep in the corner. Nice move, shot won't go, got his own rebound and a foul. Jump ball, one guy says jump ball and the officials are going to discuss it. Whitley and Mike Powers are going to say jump ball. And that's a big call because if it's a foul against Hampton, you're at the free throw line, but now they get the ball on the possession arrow. Watch the replay, you decide. See if you can see what happens here. Yep, he got ball. He got nothing but ball. That was a good defensive play. Good call by the officials. They did a good job. They discussed it and got the right call, I think. Crabbers now, a chance to tie or take the lead. Sam Hardy being guarded
double
dribble.
I knew it. He had dribbled the ball, got it, and he couldn't pass it, so he's going to go to the basket.
Yep. So Hardy.
Got a quick timeout here, Scotty.
30-second timeout called by the Hampton Crabbers, Coach Brower. There you see the shirt, player of the game shirt.
If I do this, is it better?
That's much better.
Is that better?
Vast improvement.
Tell you what, we got to thank Tidewater Team Sport and Trophy World. These are some really neat things that they got given to us.
I haven't seen one of those in my closet yet this year. I mean, sometimes
usually at the end of the season, if I got them left over. Yeah, and you know, you got to go down to Omar the Tent Maker.
Just sew 2 of them together, that's all.
Hey, yeah, Harry Bennett from assistant principal over at Hampton High School.
Or the players of the booth.
Yeah, that's true. I'll see what I can do.
All right. I like those shirts for Saturdays when I'm up at Costco spending all my money.
Oh, you do a little advertisement for us. Well, I'll make sure you get one.
Oh, yeah. I always wear my Channel 46 shirt anywhere I go. Crabbers, chance to take the lead, no. That's true. I'm always wearing it when I'm at Costco. Send those royalties to my house. So at the free throw line now with a chance to tie the ball game. Here's the replay. You're going to see Chris Ellis go up and get the body. So Ellis commits the foul. That's his second.
Free throws are really hurting the Bruins.
Well, what's happened so far is Hampton's making theirs, and the Bruins have been missing theirs. And those two make it a tie ball game. 3:08 to go. And now the Bruins have to call a timeout after the tight defense prevents them from inbounding the ball. Well, Bob, we do need to to think about those players of the game. Boy, I tell you, it's tough to do this. But we're not going to announce it yet. We're just going to continue to talk about it. Yeah, that's where. Oh, that's the easy one. They can hear you, Mike.
They can hear you, Mike.
I'm headed in this direction, but this is a tough one here. You know, I mean that's a tough one. And we're gonna let Mr. Mike, without saying anything, decide for us which of these two.
Well, see, this one is here, and they're both.
Yeah.
So you know.
All right, Mike has made a decision for us, so that's going to be the other one.
Okay.
And I could change, and I'm telling you something. This was difficult. Now I'll move my mic away so you can tell them. But this was a tough choice for players of the game. Gary, some of these calls are not so difficult, but this one was tough. Bethel's had a couple of players who were really just almost identical in their efforts tonight. And unfortunately, we want to give them the player of the game decision before we get too far toward the end of the game, for reasons known only to ourselves.
That's right, and the crew. I talked about a crew, didn't I?
You talk about them all the time, and they're a little tired of it. They want that you do.
They don't want me to talk about them anymore.
That's right.
Do we got a shot of them in the truck?
Have we seen the guys in the truck?
Oh, all right. Robert Lewis made one. I know that makes you feel better. There we go. There they are. Good job, guys.
Yeah, those guys work hard, and they'll be the first ones to tell you.
Makes the first one and misses everything on the second one. It just, I'm driving poor Coach Breon nuts over there.
I started to say he shoots like I do, but no one shoots like I do, so I won't insult him that much. But that's me. Free throws, forget it. Those are the most difficult part of basketball for me.
And that was one of the easiest things for me.
Hampton trailing by 1. Roland King can't hit. And Hawes with the rebound. He's got a bunch of rebounds. Now, how many rebounds has Mr. Hawes got tonight, Mr. Mike Hauser? Number 32. How many rebounds he got? $44. 4. All right, let's do it. We're going to tell you right now that our players of the game, first of all, for the Bethel Bruins. There you see him on your screen. Howard forward. Devin Hawes, a senior, 6'4", 32, and unofficially tonight, 11 in the first half, and he has added another three-pointer, carrier 2, 6, 9, 11. He's got 22 on the night unofficially. He is our player of the game for the Bruins and
for the Crabbers.
And Gary Smith, Jr., is our player of the game for the Hampton Crabbers. He had 11 points at halftime, and he has added 10 more, so he's got 21 unofficially. But let me tell you something. That was we had to go to the extra judges to get that.
That's right.
Because Josh Thomas had an outstanding game. 22 points for Gary Smith. An outstanding game for Josh Thomas on the night, and unfortunately we could only give one player of the game. And we may live to regret it. It may be that he scores a winning basket or something, but we wanted to get an opportunity to announce them before the conclusion of the game. So,
and also get a chance to put them on the graphics.
Right. That was my point. All right, we're still very much in doubt here. Hampton the Bruins by 1 and a 5-second violation, closely guarded.
You gotta give the ball up. You just can't dribble it.
So now the turnover will allow Hampton a chance to take the lead. 2:26 left in regulation.
And that's good tight defense by the Crabbers that caused that. But when you call a timeout, you hate to see that happen after you call a timeout.
In the lane, shot won't go, but a foul is called.
And I think that's on Josh Payne, number 23, if I'm not mistaken. He's just a sophomore. That's his first.
Yeah. And going to the free throw line will be Reginald Bell. He's got 8 points, and he's 2 for 2 from the free throw line here in the second half, 3 for 3. So now we're tied up at 54. Watch this replay. You're going to see him got a lot of ball, but he also got the arm. Good call. Officials have done a good job. Basketball is very difficult to officiate. And this one way off the mark. So the score remains tied, and the Bruins will have the ball. Robert Lewis, guarded by Pettaway. This is Ellis, who came out to meet the ball. He's guarded by King. Lewis thought about it.
Missed the big man in underneath the basket.
Ellis,
whoa,
nasty pick. A clean but nasty pick. That jarred the defender when he made contact. And a jump ball. Good defense by Roland King.
And a possession arrow to the Bruins.
1:35 remains in regulation, tied at 54. Barton, guarded by Smith. Kicks it out for Ellis. Back to Barton. No shot clock, so they don't have to get a shot away, but they have to be aware of that 5-second closely guarded rule. Feed down low.
Nice
Nice play. Nice pass. Josh Thomas. Thomas gives the Bruins the 2-point difference. Gary Smith Jr. 1 minute remaining. Crowd starting to get into it now. Smith for three, no good. Offensive board and a foul. Reginald Bell will go to the free throw line.
He was 1 of 2 on the last time. Tim, I tell you what, he's got 2, and he's a good free throw shooter. What has he got for the night?
Well, he's 3 out of 4. Both teams in the double bonus now, but more importantly, there's a couple of players in foul trouble. Should we go to extra action, Josh Thomas picked up his 4th foul on that last play. And Wayne Hambrick is on the bench with 4. On the other side, Steven Jackson has been riding the pines for Hampton with 4 fouls. So some key players if we do go into OT. Bell, no good. So only 1 of 2. The Bruins with the ball and a 1-point lead. And palming the ball, turn it over. Jerry Sprouse calls the violation.
That's a tough call in that situation.
Well, he had the perfect angle. He was right behind the scene, and that's a call you never see called in the pros. But in a high school ball, you cannot bring your hand. Watch that. That's a great angle. That's our director.
And he pushed off with his left hand, too. Could have had a foul call.
He palmed it twice, so that was an excellent call and a gutsy call. The official, you're in the Bruins den here. You don't like to call against the home team, but that was the right call from our angle. Watch this again. You're going to see him put his hand underneath the ball and really palm it. If that isn't palming, nothing is. He pushed off with his left arm, too.
Yeah, and that's the one I was more concerned about, is that push off, because it very well could have been a foul.
Well, there you see the story. And that one story there you saw for a moment there was the 4th foul on Josh Thomas, number 34. But 10 fouls against each team puts each team in the 2-shot bonus. 56-55, and we've got 45.3 seconds. A lot of numbers to consume.
And each team has only 1 timeout left.
Want to thank the folks here at Bethel for their hospitality and helping our crew set up.
Ray Smith, #1 dude, man. I tell you, what a athletic director. He goes all out. All he asks is, what do you want? And he gets it for us.
Well, I didn't get that call. I was looking for some pizza and hot dogs.
Well, now, we're not talking about your appetite.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that question. Bell in heavy traffic. Finds the open player. King, no. Tip. Ball on the floor and a scrambled jump ball. Possession arrow, Hampton. 26.7.
Whoa.
Getting down to crunch time. Fans are up and getting into this game now. We remind you, come on out and support your high school sports. These guys deserve your support, as do the young ladies. They play competitive, good basketball here on the peninsula. Friday night we'll be at Phoebus High School. Come on out and watch these same Bruins take on the Phantoms. And the Crabbers turn it over. The Bruins intercepted the pass and in midair called timeout.
But he could have let the ball go and they would have had it.
Yep. But that was the safe call.
It really was, Tim, with them to the lead in 18.6 seconds, 7 seconds to go.
Watch this replay. You're going to watch. He's going to jump and call timeout while he's in midair. So Steve Whitley, right on top of the ball, gave him the timeout before he landed out of bounds. Well, if you like this kind of action, you need to get out and support your local team, whether it's Hampton or Bethel or Phoebus, Kecoughtan. Get out there and follow these young men and young women. It's worth the very minimal amount it costs you to see one of these games, and it is
watch that play again, Tim.
Definitely a family affair.
And let you know, back on this coming February the 7th, we'll be at Kecoughtan with the Hampton Crabbers being the visitors.
Well, still a lot of time left in this ball game.
Well, now Bethel has no more timeouts. If they call a timeout, it's a technical, so they got to be concerned about that.
And I believe you said Hampton has one.
They've got one.
All right, 56-55. Good move to get the ball across the timeline. They want to play keep away, and now they foul.
Well, they have to foul.
They have to foul. That's Hawes, and he is perfect from the free throw line tonight. He is 3 for 3, but 2 shots coming. Even though he wasn't in the act of shooting, as I mentioned, in high school ball, once you have 10 team fouls, the opponent automatically gets 2 shots on a foul. So big free throws for Hawes. Now, if you're Walter Brower, do you call your last time out here to try and freeze him?
No, because even if he makes them both, you're still only one possession away.
Well, he could justify, not that he needs to, but he could solidify our pick for player of the game here if he hits these 2 free throws, wouldn't he?
And Greg Breon is saying no fouls.
No, there's still a lot of time.
You don't want to foul somebody with a 3-point, shooting a 3-pointer.
Hawes hits both. He's 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Crabbers can tie it with a 3. And now the Crabbers will take their final timeout. The ball was shot by Bell after the whistle, and it went through. It would have been a 3, but it's irrelevant because the timeout had clearly been called before.
Well, how about that? Aces wild. 11.1 seconds.
58-55. Both teams have used their allotted timeouts, so no timeouts will be called.
Good shot from the huddle.
This has been a good one, I'm telling you. It doesn't get much better than this kind of game. This has been a seesaw game. The Crabbers and the Bruins came out very cold, only 10 total points in the first period. Then they turned it on. They had 46 points in the second period between the 2 teams. Yeah, our director says, I heard him. You see when Mike Powers had his hand up by his mouth so they couldn't read his.
Yes, right. So
you get to the door, I'll meet you there, get the car going, and we'll get out of here.
Okay, no, he said, you get the car, I'll get the bags. You run interference.
And you run interference, we'll meet you at the back of the building so we'll get out. No, they don't need to. They've called a very good game.
They really have.
But making a little light of that fact. This is, how do we get out of here? This is if the Bruins don't win. All right. 10
That's
seconds.
The guy you want the ball in his hands.
And Mike had already written his name down. He's going to spot up. Bell, 3. No, he was fouled. There was contact, but no whistle. Bell is on the floor.
He thought he got fouled.
Well, I thought he did too. He was backed into after he released the ball. But the officials did not see it that way, and they have left the building.
They said that's the game.
The officials said time has expired. We're going to watch this yourself. Now watch the replay and see what you think. Bell's going to release it. Now, did he fall into the guy? It looked to me like the Bruin might have backed into him, but
well, and that's a good no call though.
Well, it will stand as a no call because that's the way the officials ruled it. They said he had released the ball, and officials have decided the game is over with. And our player of the game, Devin Hawes, with 2 big free throws to solidify the victory. And our player of the game for the Hampton Crabbers, Gary Smith Jr.,
take it over to Hampton.
With a great effort. And again, Josh Thomas just narrowly being nipped for that position of player of the game for the Bruins. Tonight's game brought to you by Zooms, with 14 convenient Peninsula locations to serve you. By Hampton Chevrolet at 1073 West Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the manager. Well, that's going to be it, Bob. That was an exciting ball game.
I tell you, you can't ask for a better game to start off and be as close as it was the whole game. The most anybody had, about a 6-point lead was the best anybody had, but great athletes in both of these two teams, Tim. Really went down to, and it wouldn't have been as close if had Bethel made the free throws.
Hope you enjoyed it. Final score again, Bethel 58, Hampton 55. For Bob Hintz and Mike Hauser, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.